Okay. The door swings open into a short hallway or long closet. You can't tell.
Do I still have the torch on me? Or no, I give
Nope,
it.
you can't be fizzled.
Alright, I slowly make my way down the hallway. Is it lit?
It's lit from the room you just came in. It's not that big. It's like a woman's dream walk-in closet. About that big.
I walk in and I inspect to see if I can see anything.
Okay, do your perceptions.
12.
You don't notice anything.
Can I see the end of the hallway yet?
Oh yeah, it took you hardly any time to get there.
Okay. I decided to go to the last final door.
Okay, pick it.
4.
Okay, that one swings open, and it's a hallway that leads to another room.
Go down the hallway.
Okay, this hallway leads to a room that's about 20 feet by 30 feet, and it's got a really high ceiling of about 50 feet. And this one appears to be completely empty, except for the archway that leads to another hallway at the end of the room.
Go to the archway.
Okay, this one takes you into a room, and in this room it's kind of a storage room and a because it's got crates and stuff, but it also has more bookcases with more. This one has a lot of scrolls and larger bottles on the shelves, but there's no discernible exits out of this room other than the way you just came.
Alright. So, there's some bottles and some shelves.
Scrolls, bottles, a few books, lots of crates and barrels.
I look at the books and see if I can see anything that has, like, on the cover, a picture of anything that resembles the gnome's necklace.
On the covers, you don't see anything but some strange writing that you don't understand.
The scrolls. I try to see if I can read any scroll.
The scrolls are magically sealed, so you're unable to unravel them. They're on little wooden dowels, so they're rolled up around the dowels, and you can't basically unroll them off the dowel.
Okay. I check for any switches that might be around.
Okay, roll your perception. This is going to take you 15 minutes, so they'll be to the golem room before you're done doing this search.
3.
Okay. So you guys arrive at the golem room, and it is identical to the way it was when you first walked into it, including the books that Fizzle Dust is carrying are back on the bookshelf, but he's still carrying them.
How very odd.
Don't touch those books.
Agreed.
Oh, please touch.
I'm not fighting that fucking dwarf again. Has anything else reset, or
That
is it...
means that the passage would be closed.
Yes, the passage is closed. As you're investigating, Sintin finds 2 weird switches. One of them is near the western wall, and one of them is near the southern wall.
Which one's
They're more
closest
like
to the door?
the western one would technically be closer because the southern one is completely opposite in the room. But in really, neither one would be considered closer.
You should pull the southern one.
Fine. I go over to the southern wall, and I activate it.
The room in the golem room, the northern wall slides open. So Sintin gets to see the back of one of the golems, and you guys can see Sintin on the other side of the golem.
Hi guys! I'm just being useless over here, you know.
Simpton, how did you get there?
Master thief? Maybe?
Nope.
I glitter. Hey, there's another switch over here, by the way. You might wanna, like, not be in that room. The ceiling can, like, collapse and stuff.
I enter the room with Sinton.
Switch is over there.
Agreed.
Okay. You pull the switch.
Yep.
Okay, this one opens up into a hallway that leads a bit of the way west and then heads south.
Well, Me first? Because I gotta talk to the gnome. Or elf.
So, you guys stay in that room, or are you following him?
Following.
Okay.
Please note, there's still a hole in my trench coat.
You guys...
Please note, it's to my back.
So you walk into, or you're walking towards another room, and everybody needs to make a perception check for me.
10.
9, right on my IQ.
7.
Having experienced your first skeletons in your life, you hear the sound of skeletons in the room ahead of you. You estimate there's probably 4 of them.
Do we see the skeletons?
Not yet. You're still far enough away from the room when you heard them.
Okay, guys. Do you hear that? That's that's the sound of assholes. Assholes who's gonna die. Again. Continues to walk forward.
Okay. You walk into this room, and it looks more like a barracks with 3 rows of bunk beds. So it could hold probably 16, but 2 sets of the bunk beds are elven size and the rest are dwarven size, except for one which is gnome sized. And the 4 skeletons that you see milling about this room and just kind of ambling around are in tattered rags, holding a mace each, and they are of elven structure.
I point at them saying, "You! Are you friendly?"
All 4 of them look at you and roll perception.
19.
You think they're friendly.
Guys, I think they're friendly. Guys, they might be friendly. They look like elves. I'm an elf. They might like me.
They're also the undead.
Undead can be friendly. Look at the god of life and death. He's like the king of all that.
So what y'all doing? The elf is in the
Standing
doorway
there.
and you 2 are behind him. Okay?
I don't believe those skeletons are friendly. And I ready an arrow to fire at, I guess, one of their heads, since they're very thin.
Very good. You fire.
I failed.
Then what the hell? Why are you shooting them? They're friendly. I begin to apologize to them.
Okay? What's your wolf doing, Ryan?
I pointed to the nearest skeleton and tell him to fetch.
Okay. He won't be able to attack this round, but he will be able to close the distance to him, and he'll get first attack next round.
So basically, wolf use fly.
And Fizzle Dust, what you doing?
I start going towards them and have my shovel prepared.
Okay.
Since I still don't know any attack magic, which is kind of embarrassing for a mage.
And Sinton, what you doing?
I glare at the other 2, get down on my knees, and start begging for forgiveness on their behalf.
Okay. And they move forward. Everybody else except for you can obviously tell that they are preparing to attack, like they had been in the first place.
Well, the wolf is just trying to get one of the femur bones.
Delicious.
Got a 16, I think he missed.
Unfortunately, but you were much closer this time. And your wolf, does it grit its mouth on a femur bone?
13.
It gets its mouth on the femur bone, but doesn't do much with it at this point. Though it is kind of awkward for that skeleton to move now.
I told him to fetch. He'll bring the femur back to me.
But he will try.
Thanks,
Magic is weird. I didn't want to roll that much. I also didn't want to leave the window. I don't like the fact that it doesn't clear every time I do that. There we go. And your poor wolfie gets hit. Wow, it's dead. Oh, wait. Okay. Your wolfie takes a mace to its back, but it holds on tight. The other 3 move forward. And I'm assuming that Fizzle Dust closes in.
Yep.
Okay. You'll be able to attack in your next turn, but it's Ran and the wolf.
Because so I got a 7 on the arrow for the head.
Yay! An arrow goes right through the skull and lodges into the skull. The skull goes backwards and kind of unhinges, but the skeleton doesn't fall. So somehow the skull is still attached to its spine, but it's now eyes are facing upwards.
Did I roll for damage or?
No. I know what your damage is doing to it because you hit in the head, and it's not a ghost.
Yay! Fuck ghosts.
And your wolfie. It's going to be a strength roll to see if it can remove the thingy.
18. I don't think so.
It does not. And
Seeing that these skeletons are going to get closer, can I order my wolf to let go of the femur and just kind of not be right next to the skeletons?
Sure. It can get out of their attack range.
Yes, just order him to distract them for a while
Okay.
with his barking.
Fizzle dust. You're able to swing your axe, your shovel.
I swing my shovel.
My question is,
I'm not sharp side.
there we go. That's what I was going to ask. Roll damage. Roll damage, roll hit. Duh.
19.
Swish.
Didn't miss once against the ghost. Can't hit a skeleton, apparently.
You weren't quite close enough. You thought you were close enough, but you weren't quite close enough. Okay, Sinton.
Looking around me, seeing that all the skeletons are now no longer going to be friends, ever, and sad about this, glare at Ran and say this is your fault. I look back over at the skeleton, take one step forward, and aim for a fun, vital part to make the spinal cord pop out. Just like before.
Okay. Are you using it as a weapon, or are you just trying to separate it from its body?
I'm just trying to separate it.
Okay. You do it, and one of the skeletons goes down.
And I glare back at Ran. That's how you freaking do it.
I'm sorry, mine was more impressive. I shot her right between the eyes.
I took it down.
And
It was down.
the skeleton that you missed, Fizzle Dust, missed you.
Yay, nobody knows distant.
And the one skeleton that your wolf was chewing on is chasing your wolf, and the other two are moving towards you two. So you have, at your present, 2 more turns before they'll be in melee range of you two.
Technically, I can still take out.
Yep. So, Ran, what you doing?
So, wait, before he does that, 1 second outside, it's the best thing in the world. I tried to shoot my own wrist out.
Cold shot on one of the spines. Not
Okay.
the one with the arrow in the face.
Okay.
10.
Roll damage?
8.
Nice. You don't quite hit square on the spine, but you do hit one of the ribs, and you do significant enough damage to cause the arrow to separate the rib from its spinal cord, which then dislocated it, and it is now awkwardly hanging sideways. Its torso is hanging sideways off its body.
At least my way's funnier.
More practical.
Okay, Fizzle Dust, go for it.
I swing again at the blunt side. 9.
Yay, you hit. Roll damage.
4.
Yay, and since you used the blunt side, you do full damage to it. Aw, but he hit you with his mace. You want to try and move one? Want to try and dodge it?
Sure.